Welcome back. This is Joseph, your designer. Today I want to show you how I made this campaign poster in a very simple way in Adobe Photoshop. Open your Photoshop and choose your size. So come to File and New Document and choose a size. I'm using 2400 by 2700 with a resolution of 700. Like that. The second thing you want to do is, if you have your image already, as I had, without a background, you can import it here. So I have my image. I'll simply copy and paste. I'm trying to reconstruct so you see everything that went on with the design. The second thing is the guiding colors. So I'm using these Paris colors to make everything look good. So I'll copy that, paste here. Once I paste this color, this is now the color, or these are the colors that will guide my design. So I'll use this color picker here and point at the green so that I have the green saved somewhere in my swatches panel. Do the same and hit on the yellow, and then I have the green and the yellow. So these are the two colors that I want to rely on for this design. Another thing now, let's refer to the design. I have a yellow down here and a little bit of white and a green background. So for the background, you could introduce a new layer here and pick this color, paste it. Another way of doing it, without using paint bucket, Ctrl Z, you could simply draw a big rectangle, make sure it's not stroked and the fill is green, and you draw it to extend the canvas. Either way, you achieve the same result. You can also come to a new adjustment layer and choose a solid color and choose your green, and okay, it will create your color fill. All those ways are okay and they'll give you the same result. Now that this is done, let's look at the yellow that is down here. Introduce a layer on top, and I want to go in with a brush tool and use a soft brush. So this is a soft round. When you come to the brushes panel, soft round brush, and simply draw. Duplicate this layer. Yes, duplicate it, and then come to effects on the layer below that, the effects, and then choose color overlay. For color, you choose white. If it's not selected, you need to scroll all the way to that corner. You have white, and then you can come back to this top layer and move it down a bit, like so. Also, this other yellow has a darker yellow down here, just to add more art to the color. So on the color slider, I'll simply slide it down there by a bit, and then with my brush tool selected, paint it a darker. You may also want to do it with an effect called gradient fill if you want to, but I find that this, using a brush tool, gives you quicker results than going all the way to effects and changing the gradient and everything. So what is the other thing we need to do? There is a lighter green behind the subject. So I'll come here, new layer, come to color, and then using my color picker, pick this green, but then go all the way to the light value, and then increase my brush and make sure pressure sensitivity is not selected, because I'm not using a tablet either way, and then just tap once. So this is what I get. Let's go to type tool and type the name up here. So the first two names are on their own line, and the third name is below everything else. Come here to the color and use white. You may want to change the font to something different. So I'm using this font here. Change it to that. Everything is in bold. I want to move it somewhere here, and I want to reduce the paragraph spacing. I don't know if it's called paragraph spacing, but this spacing. I need to reduce it like so, or maybe 18. Okay, and then move it down a little bit. Coming back to checking here, there is a darker value of the green here than to the left side of the design. So the way to achieve that, let me use the gradient fill method. And for the gradient fill, let me just choose the greens. Cancel first. I want to pick this green, that's why I'm canceling. So come here to the gradient overlay. Pick this point, pick the green, like so. And also on this other point, come here and pick that green, make it darker. So about the direction, you can change this angle to your liking, whether you want it that way or in that other direction. It will simply shift where this gradient is appearing. Alright, you can also, if you like, move the subject down a little bit, move this symbol up so that it's on top of everything else, and then come here to the bottom text. So the bottom text is the dab word. We want to make it black. Remember, we're still consistent with the colors that are here, altering them just slightly with gradients and so on and so forth, but not going too far away from the colors. So we come here to untone, and let's have this, scale it up. I move it around. The other text here was MCA 2027. Also, it had a different font, so let's do something like that. Regular, move it down here. And there's another text called Balgurai. So you have it that way. And maybe we want to change the font as well. So let's see what we get. I used this for this design, so I'll retain it to maintain consistency. Okay, we have that. The last bit we have on this design is this person in the background. So it's the same person, a different photograph. So I'll come here to copy and paste. If you are starting from scratch, you may want to learn a few lessons on removing backgrounds and so on and so forth. But now that I have it already, I'll paste it behind here. Originally, when I paste it, it looks like that. It's a full photograph. I can move it around however way I like. I want it somewhere there, and then I can come to opacity, reduce opacity to where I like it. I may also come back here and move this on a bit and resize. And voila, here is our poster. Looking good, looking simple, and communicating the message. So if you are running for office fast, I wish you all the best in your bid. And second, you will surely need these posters, especially for social media, for things like Jamhuri Day, things like wishing candidate success, and even the posters themselves to tell people that you are indeed on the ballot, so that they don't forget you. It is said seeing is believing, so they need to see you everywhere. When they go to TikTok, they need to see you. When they're on Facebook, they need to see you, and everywhere else. When they walk on the streets, they need to see you. So you may want to order them from here. Thank you, and see you in the next one.